discussing about EC2 service. EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. Okay. Compute
Right, sir.
cloud means through which we can do the computing services. Computing means if you want to launch a virtual server, if you want to launch a virtual machine on the cloud, and we can use Amazon EC2. Okay. Sorry. So you can click on the services menu, and from here we can choose search for EC2. Okay. EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. Okay. So this is the dashboard of EC2. Here we can see how many instances are running. Instances means virtual machines. Okay, so there is no running instances for me. Okay. So if you want to create a VM, if you want to launch a virtual machine, if you want to launch a virtual instance, there's an option over here, launch instance. You can select this option.
Mhm.
Now, launching an instance is a step-by-step task. Okay. So we have to finish these 7 steps. And the first step is to choose an AMI. What is AMI?
Amazon Machine Image.
Amazon Machine Images. What is the use of AMI?
We can specify the operating system or operating system basically.
AMI is a snapshot which contains a pre-configured operating system. Okay, means
Uh-huh.
in AMIs we are having the pre-installed operating systems. So if it is not pre-installed, then like the same we are doing on our machines. Like if you want to install an operating system, what we are doing, we will be booting the image on the pen drive or CD, and then we have to install that. That installation process will take around half an hour or 1 hour. Here we are using AMIs. AMIs contains the pre-installed operating system. So here we can save the installation time. We don't want to install this. They are pre-installed. Okay.
This is just like the Docker image.
Docker images we can see. AMI provides the information required to launch an instance. We must specify an AMI. So without specifying an AMI, we are not able to continue launching the instance. Okay. So we must specify an AMI whenever we are going to launch an instance. We can launch multiple instances from single AMI. Okay. What is AMI? AMI stands for the Amazon Machine Image. It is a snapshot which contains a pre-configured operating system. AMI provides the information required to launch an instance. We must specify an AMI when we launch an instance. We can launch multiple instances from a single AMI. Got it, guys? What is an AMI? Ravej.
Yeah, sir,
Ravej
got
Naman.
it.
Ravej Naman. Ravej. Shamim.
Hello.
Yeah. Shamim, is that resolved that you want the weekly 2 classes? Did you discuss it with madam?
No, I didn't. Actually, I'm thinking to continue for the entire week.
Okay.
4 days in a
Okay.
week. Because I will compromise with my shift.
Okay. So is the first step is okay? Step 1.
So,
Got an idea what is AMI?
No, I don't.
So here in this list, so these are the list of available AMIs in Amazon. Okay. So here we can find the Amazon Linux. This is a customized Linux from Amazon. RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Linux is there. SUSE is there. Ubuntu is there. If you want to go for Windows option is also there. Okay. So all these images are by default there. You can select any AMIs, but we are on a free tier. So don't select any AMIs without this label, okay? Free tier eligible. See, if you are scrolling down, we can see some images without this label. So these all are paid images. Okay. So don't select the images without the label free tier eligible. Otherwise, there's an option free tier only. So you can select this. Now Amazon will be listing you the free tier images only. Okay. So from here you can choose the list which one you want. So in this entire course we will be using Ubuntu. So currently I can see Ubuntu server 20.04 here. So if you want a specific version, then you can search over here Ubuntu. So it will be listing you all the Ubuntu available images. Okay, Ubuntu 20, Ubuntu 18, Ubuntu 16, like that. So if you want, then like let me choose Ubuntu server 18.04. So in the entire course, we will be working on Ubuntu server 18.04. Okay. So I'm selecting this. The first step is to choose an AMI. Now the second step. The second step, we have to choose the instance type. Instance type means we have to select the hardware. Okay. So these are the list of available hardwares in Amazon. Hardware means we have to choose the virtual CPUs and the RAM, which how much RAM we need. Okay. So these are the list of available CPUs and RAM. We have to choose anyone from the list. There is no option available for choosing our own hardware. We have to select anyone from this list. Okay. We can see T2, T3. Okay. So T2 will be the older generation, T3 will be the latest generation, like that. Okay. So here also there is a hardware type T2 micro. So this is the only one eligible for free tier. Okay. Means in free tier we can launch only the instance of 1 CPU and 1 GB RAM. If you're selecting any other, then that will be the paid one. Amazon will start charging you for that instances. Okay. So here also you have to choose T2 micro, which is free tier eligible. A T2 micro will be having 1 CPU and 1 GB RAM. Don't select any other one. Amazon will start charging. The storage for this is EBS. We will be discussing about EBS later. EBS stands for Elastic Block Storage. Network performance will be low. It's not a high configured machine. So there is no much network performance for these machines. And these machines will be having IPv6 support also. Okay. So step 2 is for choosing a hardware. And we will be selecting the T2 micro hardware from this list. This is the only one available for the free tier. Okay. Next is step 3. So we will be discussing about the step 3 for tomorrow, because in step 3 we have to discuss a lot of things. Okay, this is a
Hello.
depth of Amazon. Yeah.
I have almost created my account. It's almost done, but I'm unable to launch EC because there is like verify credit card information is correct.
Can you
Because
please
I
share your
created
screen?
it with the debit card.
Can you please share your screen?
Yeah. Where is- I'm not able to see share screen option.
See,
Where is this?
there. In the more option, there is in a screen. I think you have the option to share the screen. Are you using the application or browser?
I'm using browser. So, yeah, browser.
Browser? I
Yes.
don't think option for
Okay, I'm
sharing the
logging by. I'm logging in by app.
Hello.
Hi, Pushpendra.
Yes, sir. Sir, I was thinking like we will be having class only on Monday and Tuesday.
No. It will be 4 days class.
Okay.
From Monday to Thursday, right?
Right.
Yeah, because Priya told me like it will be Monday and Tuesday only from 7:30 to 9:30.
Okay.
That's why I didn't join. But when I saw these messages, then I joined this.
Let me talk to Priya. Actually, there must be some miscommunication. Vivek, did she said anything like this to you?
No, sir. I was clear about that. Class will happen 4 days a week.
Pushpendra, you know how to launch an instance? EC2.
We already started or we
Yeah,
are
we
about?
just started and explained 2 steps. What is an AMI and what is instance type.
Okay.
You know about how to launch an instance in AWS?
No, I don't know, but I will see the recording.
Fine. Shamim, please do it first.
Sir, if we are going to production environment, we will use free tier image or AMI or something else.
See, the image mostly we will be using the free tier one, but we will be not using the T2 micro hardware. We must use some higher configurations like around 4 GB RAM or 8 GB RAM.
Okay, but we can go free tier, right?
The
Free
account will
tier
be same,
AMI.
the same account. There is no difference in the account.
Okay.
Shamim,
I think, sir, we should continue. He can ask after the class.
okay, so step number 3 we will be discussing tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
In step number 4, we have to define the
Share
storage.
your
Okay.
screen.
Huh?
I'm
Share your
not
screen,
able to
sir.
see your screen. Please share
Oh, sure,
screen.
sure. Okay. So step number 3 we will be discussing tomorrow. Step number 4, we have to define a storage. So storage means the hard disk on our machine. Okay. So in step number 2, we choose only uh, RAM and CPU, and here we are choosing the storage which we need. So it's asking the volume type root. What do you mean by root disk?
Sir, this is not the remote storage, right? This is the storage on the system. Correct?
Right. See, every machine needs a hard disk. Without a hard disk, the machine
Correct.
will not work.
Here we're talking
So
about
this is
hard disk
the
only.
hard disk which going to attach on your instance.
Okay.
And again, it is asking the volume type root. What do you mean by root disk? What do you mean by root disk?
It's a main partition of Linux hardware where it can store OS level configuration.
Absolutely. So root partition means root disk means the disk where our operating system is going to be extracted. We selected an image in the first step. I told you it is a snapshot. So we need a disk for restoring that. So root disk means in this disk, the operating system is going to be extracted. If you want another disk other than the operating system, if you want one more disk, then we can select the RD volume option.
So just one question, sir. It won't install complete operating system. So it will be just only as we have in this VMware. Just we load only one image of operating system, and then it just create a copy of that. Is it?
See, whether you know about OpenStack, right? So in OpenStack, what we are doing, we are uploading the images, right?
Yes.
आपको पहले image upload करना था. So in Amazon, see in the first step, Amazon is having the list of AMIs. So here we are not able to upload our own image.
Okay.
Amazon is having their own images. We have to select any one image from this list.
Okay.
Okay, and we choose Ubuntu. Okay, for this course we choose Ubuntu.
Okay.
So it's an image.
Because, is it like Red Hat will be kind of licensed and it will be costed?
See, Red Hat is also available for free.
Okay.
If you want the paid licensed one, then that's also available. You're searching here, I think that's also available if you're scrolling down. Or else you have to, no, I don't think, but you have to purchase the license for Red Hat also. But this is on free Terra option also available, Red Hat.
Okay.
So it's an image only. So we want a disk for restoring this. That is the root disk.
Okay.
This is root disk, like this is the ephemeral disk. Same in OpenStack we are saying. The ephemeral disk means whenever we are deleting the instance, this hard disk will automatically goes deleted. Okay. So now where you want, suppose your instance is going to be deleted and you don't want the data to be deleted. You want the data again. So then you can add one more volume here. So this EBS volume will not get deleted whenever we are deleting the instance.
And
Okay,
sir,
guys, understand what is disk?
how we can refer to this EBS storage? Let's say the instance got deleted.
Then that volume will be remaining with you.
How we can access that?
You have to launch another instance and you can attach that hard disk to that instance.
Okay. Got it.
See, I told you this is a hard disk. Same like suppose you are having a physical hard disk. You are having a hard disk with you. Without attaching to an instance, you are not able to open that hard disk. Same thing here also. The volume will be remaining. You have to attach that to any instance and then you can use that.
Okay.
Okay. And then the device name will be SDA1 snapshot and the size of the disk. Size of the disk by default it is giving you 8 GB. You can change the size, no issues. How much size you want?
If we add additional disk, AWS will charge us.
See this. Read this.
Free data response can up to 30 GB of EBS. Okay, got it, sir.
The total size should be 30 GB. आप जितना डिस्क डाल दो 30 GB तक आपका फ्री में मिलता है.
सर ठीक है.
अब आप एक और डाल दो, इसका साइज 8 GB तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं, बिकॉज टोटल 16 ही हो रहा है. Okay. And the volume type, the type of hard disk which we are going to use. So here Amazon is giving you 4 different type of hard disk. One is general purpose, provisioned IOPS, and magnetic. What is the difference?
in the performance, like in the
Yeah,
input output, the
great.
performance would be high.
Okay, so if you're using general purpose disk, you will be getting 100 by 3000 IOPS. IOPS stands for input output per second speed. If I am going for a provisioned one, then we can choose how much IOPS we need.
So there is some background noise, like
From my side,
some
alone
lady's
over here.
voice, a female voice, teaching something.
Guys, if you can, then go on mute, please, all of you. Like if you have some doubt, then you can unmute and talk to me. Okay.
Now it's fine. Now it's fine.
So provisioned in general purpose, it is a fixed IOPS. IOPS stands for input output per second speed. So fixed IOPS, the 100 by 3000 will be the speed for this hard disk. If I am selecting a provisioned IOPS, then we can choose how much speed we need. So Amazon will charge you accordingly. And we are having magnetic disk also. Magnetic one, the earlier generation one, we are using this magnetic. And here there is no IOPS available for magnetic disk. So better we can go for general purpose one, because in free tier, either we have to choose general purpose or magnetic. The provisional one is not included in the free tier. Okay. Delete automation tick. If you don't want to this to be deleted while the instance got deleted,
Hello.
then we unselect this. Tell me.
I can share screen right now. May I?
Give me 2 minutes. Let me finish this and we can.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
ये
if I am
IOPS का कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर नहीं है ये
IOPS मतलब इनपुट आउटपुट पर सेकंड स्पीड है, जो आपका डेटा रीड एंड राइट का स्पीड है.
ठीक है.
डिपेंडिंग मतलब हार्ड डिस्क का जो स्पीड मतलब अगर आपके पास SSD हार्ड डिस्क वगैरह है तो आपका डेटा कॉपीइंग एंड ऑल इट विल बी हाई स्पीड देन.
ओके.
There's no throughput MBBS available for this MBs. Then delete on termination tick. That means whenever the instance will be deleted, this hard disk will also get deleted. So if I am deselecting this, then this hard disk will also remains with me. Same like we can attach this hard disk to any other instance and we can use this. And not encryption. If you want, then we can use an encryption keys also. Okay, this is step 4 where we can add the storage to our instance. In step 5, we can add a tag. What do you mean by tag? What is a tag?
We can say labels.
We are giving a label to our instance. Suppose you are launching n number of instances and you are not able to identify the instance which you are used for web server. So here we can give a label, or if we can give a tag for this instance. For example, I'm giving a tag name. This is for the 730 batch. So I can easily identify this instance, okay? So adding a tag means we are just giving a label, and this is not a mandatory step. If you want, then we can add a label. Otherwise, we don't want to add a label. Last step 6 is configuring security group. So security group is the set of firewall rules. Okay. So what do you mean by firewall?
What traffic we want to come into our network.
This is for choosing the incoming traffic, which is for controlling the incoming traffic on your instances. Okay. So this is a Linux machine. That is why by default SSH is allowed. If SSH is allowed, then only we can remotely log into this instance. Okay. If you want any more services to be allowed on your machine, you can then add a rule. Let's suppose I am adding the rule HTTP. Sorry. So the HTTP request will be allowed on this instance. the type, which type of rule we are adding, the protocol which we are using, the port number of the rule, and then source. Source means from where the request is coming. Custom means we have to specify a network IP addresses. Okay. If I am choosing anywhere, that means publicly anybody can access this machine. My IP means what is my IP?
No idea,
I
sir.
give three options: custom, anywhere, and my IP. What is my IP?
Is it like localhost?
My laptop's IP address from where I am configuring these things now. So I am giving my IP, then from my laptop only I can log into this instance.
Mhm.
Let me give anywhere. Anywhere means publicly anybody can access your machine. Okay.
So can we configure rules like for the egress traffic also, like what traffic is going out from my network or from my instance?
Going out,
So
not
can
outgoing
you put?
traffic.
Yes, correct, sir. Is there any option?
Outgoing traffic also be configured, but after launching this instance only.
Okay, after launching we can control it.
While launching, you can only configure the incoming traffic. After configuring this, obviously we can configure the outbound traffic also.
No, sir. Can you please tell me which one AMI we have to select?
You can go for Ubuntu.
Ubuntu. Okay.
Rest all कुछ नहीं करना, next कर लो.
Okay. There is 3 options for Ubuntu, sir, but HVM is still. यहाँ पे 3 है, इनमें से कौन सा फर्स्ट वन, सेकंड वन एंड थर्ड वन?
18.04 लिखा है.
ऑप्शन 18.04. Okay. Then review and launch.
You are not review. Next.
Size 8 GB. Next.
Okay. Now there is a review step. You can go to the review and launch. So here we can review what. If you want to edit anything, we can edit, like we choose Ubuntu 18.0 for AMI. We choose the hardware type T2 micro. And in security group, we added SSL.
Select an existing key pair or create new key pair.
I didn't explain that step. I'm going to that. Okay. Okay. So we choose the AMI. We choose the hardware type. And step number 3 we skipped. Step number 4 we choose the hardware. Sorry, hard disk. In step number 5 it is for a tag. Step number 6 for the security group. Now the final step, we have to choose an existing key pair or create a new key pair. Okay, this is the final step for us. So what is the need of this step? See, for now what we are going to do, we are going to launch a virtual server inside Amazon's data center. So for logging into the virtual server, for login to the remote server, what we need, we want to know the IP address of that machine. We should know the username of that machine. And the third thing, we need to know the password of that machine. So for security reasons, Amazon is not giving you the password for the instance. Even nobody knows the password of these instances. Okay, instead of password, what Amazon is giving you a key pair. Key pair means it is a pair of keys, public key and private key. What security is here? Only from those machines which having the private key can log into the instance. Okay, if you want to log in, then in your laptop you should contains the private key. Otherwise, you are not able to log into the Amazon instances. So if you don't have any key, then you have to create a key. If you're already having a key, then you can use that key. So if you want to create a key, then choose the option create a new key pair. And you can give the key name. You can give any name for the key. And then you can download the key pair from here. So you can download the key and Amazon is giving you a warning. Please read this warning. You have to download the private key file before you can continue. Store it in a secure and accessible location. You will not be able to download the file again after it is created. Okay, so the key file will not be downloaded again. So you can only download for once. And keep the key in a secure location. If you miss the key, then you are also not able to log into your instance. There is no option to download the key again. Okay. Always keep the key safe. You can mail the key to someone. Okay. Let me choose an existing key pair and I am choosing my key. And then you can select launch instances. Okay. So your instance has been launched.
Is it like SSH key pair only or it is different key pair?
Is it like?
SSH key pair only.
It's SSH key pair, public key, private key.
But can't we generate it again after we log in into the VM?
How can we generate the same key again?
No. Different key we can generate, right? Means like if I am
key नहीं है तो आप उसके अंदर login ही नहीं कर सकते. Don't log into the instance. How can you generate the key?
So like from this AWS portal also we cannot connect directly.
No. Not like OpenStack. We are not able to directly connect to this instance.
Okay.
Now there is an option view instances. You can click on this and you can see the instance. Okay. You can see the instance which I created now is now running state. We can log into this instance. Okay. So my instance has been created. Now next step. Inside the Amazon's data center, I launched one of my server, one of my VM. Now what I am going to do from my laptop, I want to remotely log into this machine, right? But my laptop is Windows. And the machine which I launched was Linux.
Yeah, we can use SSH client.
We can use SSH client. For example, we are using PuTTY. We can use PuTTY to log into the Linux machines. Now, if we are using PuTTY, then we have to give the IP address of the instance in PuTTY. We have to give the username of the instance in PuTTY, and we have to give the key also, right?
Yeah.
All these things we have to provide in PuTTY. Now, Amazon, the key which Amazon given you is in the format .pem. Okay. The key which you downloaded right now is in the format .pem. If we can check. The key format is .pem file.
Mhm.
And the putty will not support PEM file. So what we need another application which is called PuttyGen. There's an application called PuttyGen. So we need to download this application also. What for this application you need to convert the .pem key into .ppk format.
Mhm.
Okay, if you are using Putty, we need to download Putty and PuttyGen, both the applications we need. Putty is for directly connect to the instance. PuttyGen is for converting the key to ppk format.
Mhm.
Okay. So how can you download these two applications? You can go to putty.org. There's a website, putty.org. So here you can download Putty according to your machine's architecture, if it is 32-bit or 64-bit. This is for downloading Putty. And here only you can search for PuttyGen. PuttyGen. So you have download PuttyGen also. If you are having a Linux machine, no need. You can directly using this log into the Linux machine using the SSH command. If you are using Putty, then you have to download Putty and PuttyGen both.
Mhm.
Okay. So our first step is to convert the key. Open the PuttyGen application. Okay, this is PuttyGen. So it is asking you two options. One is generate and load. So which option I need to choose?
Load.
Load.
Load
Okay,
first.
generating is for generating a new key. Load means load an existing private key file. Okay, you have to select load option. Don't click on generate. You have to select the load option. In load, see by default it is showing you the ppk files only. So here you can change this to all files. Okay, and now choose the key from this list. I chosen my key file, and there is an option save private key. Okay, always use save private key. Okay, yes, and then you can give the path where you want to save the ppk file. You can give the path also, and then save. It will save your private key, ppk file, ppk key. Okay, so first
Mhm.
use putty generator for generating your key in ppk format. Okay, once you got the key, now you can open the putty. So here we have to give the IP address in putty. From where you get the IP address, select the instance and go to the connect option. There is a connect option. In connect, AWS is giving you an SSH command. In this command, you can copy from here. This is the username and domain name of your machine. Copy this and paste on your putty. Now then, there's an SSH option. You can click on the plus symbol for expanding this option. And you can go for auth. Browse the key. Browse the ppk file which you converted. Okay, don't select the PEM file, use the ppk file. Go to open. Now we are remotely logged into the AWS machine.
Mhm.
Here, if I want as the administrator, I can give the sudo -i command. Okay, so if I am checking the operating system, so we can see this is Ubuntu 18.04. This is 1 GB RAM machine. We are having only one CPUs. The size of the disk is 8 GB. each and everything what I configured, I got on my machine. So these are the commands if you want to verify the hardware. Free-h cat OS release for checking the operating system. Free-h is for checking the RAM. ls-cpu for listing the CPU. ls-blk command is for the hard disk. Sorry, hard disk. Okay. Okay, so this is how we can launch an instance on AWS. Okay, are you doing the practicals? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Pushpendra?
No, sir. I will take your help little bit after the session because I am having some problem with my Amazon account.
Okay. Ravesh, are you doing the practical?
Sir, yes, sir.
Did you launch the instance?
Yeah.
Are you able to log in?
Yeah.
But
Shami,
I'm
what
not
about you?
able to log in.
What
I'm
is
trying, but I'm not able to log in.
what is
I
error
have
you are getting?
generated KPI also.
I'll help you after class.
Okay.
Okay, no, guys, if you are okay with this, then please try to launch a Windows instance also. Now we launched the Ubuntu instance. We know how to log into the Ubuntu instance. If it is possible, then please launch a Windows instance also. So we will be discussing how can we log into the Windows machine also. Okay. Same steps, but choose the Windows AMI.
Okay.
Please launch the instance and I will guide you how to log into the instance. Okay. Launch the instance first.
Okay. in Windows, which port we have to expose, like SSH 22.
There will be an RDP port number. I am not sure about.
Okay.
By default, it will be RDP there, right? You don't want to change it.
Okay.
Let's continue.
सर एक्चुअली मेरे को एक ना कार्ड ऐड करने में प्रॉब्लम आ रही है.
Are you adding a debit card or credit card?
क्रेडिट कार्ड ओनली सर.
What is the issue?
It is saying that we are unable to verify your default payment method.
Can you share your screen?
Yes sir. Able to see my screen?
Yes.
It is saying like we are unable to verify your default payment method.
There's an option verify here, right?
I clicked it, but it will go now and then it will come back again.
Your current payment currency is USD. So can you change this to Indian
I
rupee?
think I cannot change this. I tried changing this also, but that is not possible.
If you are in a credit
Hello,
card,
Pushpendra.
Mhm.
Couple of minutes ago, I was facing same issue, but it resolved itself.
yeah, I think it will be resolving after some time.
Try after 5 to 10 minutes, it will be resolved itself. You don't need to do something.
Tell me that is the amount deducted from your account?
No.
No, no. So it will debit in like 24 hours. It will be deducted from your account. Once it is deducted, you
Just
can.
relog in your account and check once again. It will be resolved.
Okay, so I didn't. Okay, so this amount will be deducted automatically.
Yeah, there will be
Because
1
I'm not
rupee.
getting any OTP.
And 2 Indian rupees will be deducted for verifying your account. And after verification, they will be refunding that amount also.
But I think payment currency we cannot change also. That's what I have checked.
Here in
Because it is
India,
by
it will
default to US dollar. Sorry, sir?
while creating the account from India, it will be asking for 2 INR only.
So there is no INR. Right.
But this is for the billing one, right? For billing, you have to pay on
No,
USD
you
only.
don't need change any option in that.
ये भाई वो इंडिया में नहीं हूँ अभी. It's not in India now.
But there is no option of INR.
There's no option of INR. And your card is from India, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It will convert into dollar.
Like I don't think there will be issue. Like wait for some more time.
Okay, sir.
Pushpendra.
Go to the home screen. Select your running instance.
He's not able to go into EC2,
It will
showing
be.
the paper.
No, I am not able to launch any
I was
service.
not able to do this. Yeah. In the WhatsApp group, I shared same snapshot with same error. You can check. But now I'm able to log in.
Wait for 24 hours, Pushpendra.
Okay.
Sir, I have created Windows instance. So what is the way to log in on that instance?
You are using a Windows machine, right?
Yeah.
Let me also launch an instance. Wait. So here I am choosing a Windows machine, which is available on the free tier. So in security group, it should be RDP. If you are using Windows, then it should be RDP. Okay.
Yeah. 33894.
You have to choose the key. I am selecting the same key. So in Windows, like after this it's created, you have to wait for 4 minutes.
Okay.
It's not like Windows. So not like Linux. You can directly log into the instance. No. After launching this, we have to wait for 4 minutes to log in. It's now running state. We have to wait for 4 minutes. Okay. So after 4 minutes, what do you want to do? Select your instance. Okay.
Okay.
Then go to the connect option. In the connect option, there is an field for get password, you can click on this get password option.
Okay.
Now here you have to upload the key file. Okay, the PEM file, not the
Okay.
PPK, the PEM file you have to choose. Okay,
Okay.
choose file and you have to select the PEM file. Decrypt password. So you got the password. So you got the domain name, you got the username, and you got the password. Okay.
Okay.
So next step, we need to use RDP. So you open RDP on your machine, remote desktop.
Okay.
In the computer name field, you have to copy this public DNS name.
Okay.
We can use this download remote file also, right, sir?
That is if you don't have the RDP then. Because in Windows machines already there is a RDP installed. If you don't have RDP, then you can select over there.
Mm-hmm.
Give the computer name, then connect. It will be asking for the username and password. Both are given over here. Copy paste.
I think, sir, that
Yes or no, it's
download.
asking.
Can we try this?
Which one?
Can we try downloading that RDP file? I think it will download this MSTSC configuration file only.
I didn't try it yet. We can try that also, no issues.
Yeah, I think it is download. It will download the MSTSC file only. Shortcut to this MSTSC file.
So this is a Windows remote machine, okay?
Okay, sir.
No, this is what I don't know.
Yeah, so now this will directly connect, I think.
You connect. You don't want to give these credentials, right?
No, I think it will have those credentials also in that file.
So we don't want to provide these credentials again, right? Just click on the file, it will directly connect to the machine.
Correct.
Okay. So this is how we can launch a Linux machine and Windows machine. I think you are okay with these steps.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Pushpendra, share your email ID on our WhatsApp group, okay? So I will upload these two videos, yesterday's and today's video, and I will share with you.
Yeah, I have shared that ID, but I think I will try creating another account also, if I can do that.
Okay, guys. So please practice this, and don't forget to terminate the instance. Okay, if you don't want to use the instance, just terminate it. Okay, terminating. Select the instance which you want to terminate. Now I am selecting these two. I don't want these two instances. Go to Actions, Instance State, Terminate. Okay. Because on a free tier, we can use the instances 750 hour per month for free. So if you are launching multiple instances, it will be deducting from that 750 hours. If you're using only one instance, perfectly fine, you can continue using that. But if you are using multiple instances, then it will be an issue. So after 750 hours, Amazon will start charging you.
Got it.
Okay, now it's terminated. Okay, so we will be discussing that third step tomorrow. And for tomorrow's class, can I do it a bit early?
What time, sir?
मतलब मुझे 8 बजे तक खत्म करना है यार.
मैच अगेंस्ट सर कोई.
हाँ.
ठीक है.
I said match against important.
स्टार्ट कर लो सर.
कितने बजे स्टार्ट करना है बताओ?
7 PM कर लो।
1 घंटा कर लेंगे तो
6:30 6:30 करें?
6:30 कर लो सर।
ठीक है सर।
शमीम एंड पुष्पेंद्र प्लीज अपडेट।
6:30
ओके
का
सर।
मैं बताता हूँ कल तक, क्योंकि मुझे थोड़ा टाइमिंग का भी चल रहा है, तो
Just for tomorrow, not for every day.
7:30. Okay, it's done.
Not for every day, just for tomorrow only.
Yeah, okay. No problem for tomorrow only.
Okay. Pushpendra?
हाँ ओके सर।
Okay. So we'll meet tomorrow at 6:30, okay?